What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Weekly Indie Newcomer. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and check out Butcher, a game with which I've spent a little bit of time, about 30-45 minutes, and I can honestly tell you that this is a game that's after my own heart. This is one of those games that it's odd because games like Hatred often catch like a lot of shade and things like they're a point of discussion, and yet Butcher is very much a game where you're a guy in a spacesuit running through an area just murdering people. Like, there are innocent people around that run away with their hands up and you shoot them to get health power-ups. It's an interesting little game. The best way that I could describe it is if you took like Commander Keen, mixed it with a little bit of Hotline Miami, then mixed it with Doom, you would probably be in the right area. And then maybe some hardcore platforming in there as well, if you're into things like Super Meat Boy. This is a game with a lot of fun level design and a lot of cool things going on, though, so I figured I would show it off here today, though. As a smaller point, though, as we get it going. And yeah, fuck this shit. Alright, so as a point, by the way, I don't know what I did right there. I did something wrong, though. Well, it doesn't matter. I think I picked a different control layout, so this should be very, very interesting. But yeah, as a point, while we're playing the game here and watching this little cutscene, there goes us inside of our spaceship to go and invade the enemy. There will be more weekly indie newcomers a week right now, and I'll probably be tapering back LPs a little bit. It's come to my attention that we just have a lot of LPs at the moment, and frankly, I've gotten a long ways away from doing, the indie reviews that I've always wanted to do, and so the weekly indie newcomers will stay, and I'll probably pick up a new review series where I actually formally review a game and edit it down and everything like that. We'll see. Things have got to change here at the channel, though. That's the big part. It's just that I'm bored, and I want to change things up and try new things, and so maybe we'll short ourselves a little bit on LPs and instead extend out the review content and kind of the extended playthroughs and stuff like that. So I wonder if this stayed. That's the difference. Okay, so spacebar makes me jump now. Okay, so E still makes us do that. How do I activate stuff? F. I like this control scheme better. Never mind. Okay, so this is the game right here. WASD makes you move around, spacebar makes you jump, and the default up makes you jump, and then space activates stuff. E makes you swap weapons, so right now we've got a handy-dandy chainsaw, and then we've also got a shoot gun, just in case you wanted to shoot gun somebody. Now, this area is the main location. This is the hub, and so as you beat these, you go down into these little blood portals over here. As you go through and you beat what's going on, then you'll pop out into the next one, and it'll give you a new environment with new set pieces and stuff like that. That seemed like it was fatal for our character. Is it just me? That seemed like it was kind of fatal. It didn't seem like that came out very positive. I mean, it's possible that it just deleted our character in whatever world we existed in. And this is the game right here. Like, this is the point, is just to survive. I have no idea what that is, but I think what ends up happening... There's a dead guy crawling around screaming here somewhere. I don't know where he's at. Here. Stop screaming. I finish you. I finish you. Those little hooks right there, when you kill guys, like, it looks like there's a dead body in them, and then when you hit them, sometimes the body will fall off. But this game is grisly. It's really, really grisly. It's in every way. This is the sort of game that when I was a kid would have given me nightmares. Like, this is one of those games like Doom that would have just, like, freaked me out in the middle of the night. Like, I still played it because the game was awesome and it was super fun. But at the end of the day, This is a pretty gnarly game that evokes some pretty hardcore imagery, you know what I mean? And I started playing Wolfenstein and Doom probably when I was like 6 or 7 years old is when I first played that, because my parents didn't really care about video games or even think video games could be that violent or anything like that, My parents had Atari before I was born and all that kind of stuff. And so to them, it didn't really... That guy stuck to the roof with the power of our bullets. Now, those are health power-ups. Over on this side, you'll see our health and our armor. On this side, you will see access to our guns. This is our active clip right here that goes up and down based on how many rounds we have fired. And in the meantime, you're looking to find skulls. Skulls are the secrets in this game, and I haven't quite figured out how to get a lot of them. The secrets in this game are actually pretty cryptic. They don't make a lot of sense a lot of the time, and sometimes, like, for example, like that skull right there, like this on this side is obviously a door right here. This is the set piece they use for a sliding secret door. But how do you get it to open? And every single level has secrets like that, just like Doom, where you've got to sit and fiddle with stuff for a while and try to figure out, like, do I hit this wall, Do I shoot out all the lights? Is that how I get the secret to open? Like, there's a lot of things in this game that are just left open to interpretation that you got to fiddle around with. Now, from that side, it looks like it might open right there. Man, they gave me shells. I'm happy to hear it because I need the bullets. And I'm not trying to get into a gunfight over here, but if I can kill a couple of these guys... I would not turn it down. I need them to go. Oh, man, we got little jetpack guys right here. What you're seeing right now, why they're not attacking me, if you didn't know, is because when you shoot them... Oh, that guy right there, he's crawling on the ground. We got to finish him. Finish him. All right, so the enemies crawl on the ground. They get wounded. They scream their asses off. It's definitely a gnarly title. I think the exit's right there. So what happens if I do that? And then I check back in over here. Now, that's not going to open for me, but what if when I hit that, this door over here opened? You've got to check because you can't really tell. It did not open. I wonder how we get in there. That's going to bug me forever. So far, from what I've seen from the game, the controls are very intuitive. The aim is dead on. The shotgun is useful. And frankly, you show me a game with a useful shotgun, and I'll show you a game that I gave 10 out of 10. Just because I'm so tired of like shotguns sucking ass in video games. And they always do. They always do. They're always so terrible in video games. Like, they only have like a spread of like 3 feet, when in reality, shotguns are amazing weapons. They fire a long ways and can do a lot of damage depending on the ammo type you're using for them at varying ranges. Like, yeah, they're shorter range than like a rifle, but honestly, they get shortchanged a lot in video games, and so I like games that have... See, I can't do anything with that wall right there either. I wonder how that opens. That's a good question. I want that skull bad. I want that skull something fierce. See, I'm going to have to be looking at like secret playthroughs and stuff like that, but it's not as satisfying when you just look up the playthrough. When you look up the playthrough, it's not the same. Oh, a dead guy fell from up there. Sucks to be him. I don't think there's fall damage as far as I know. Yes, that is a puddle of blood that's underneath the elevator, in case you were wondering. Some people have mentioned that they don't like the graphical fidelity of the game. That they find it to be somewhat... So if that light is green right there... What did that do for me? Can I reclose that right there? I cannot. And yet, I still think it's closed up there, even though that light is now green. Interesting. I'll have to fiddle with the game more. I have no idea how we get after some of these secrets. Level completed. Normally, you play these very, very fast. This is one of those enjoyable games that you can beat in like 4 minutes per level, 2 minutes per level. And so you should blow through it pretty quickly. As far as I can tell, there's 5 or 6 levels each, subdivided into 4 or 5 levels each. And so you extrapolate that 3 minutes a pop if you're clearing them without getting into any trouble. You've got 12 per chapter. You're probably going to get about an hour and a half, 2 hours out of your first playthrough. If you are especially good, we have a machine gun now. I forgot to pick up my bullets up there, though. That was full. Oh, I didn't pick up the bullets. I was full up. There we go. Now sniping is possible, so we can get rid of some of these guys that are up in the way. This poor little bastard over here, I'm just going to light him up because... Ah! He teleported and he chainsaw. And that's how fast you die in this game, kids. That's how fast you die. In case you were wondering how quickly this shit can fall apart, that's it right there. That's how quickly it can fall apart. You just learned. This is a game that's just like Hotline Miami, where either you're winning or you are losing, and there is no in-between space. See, I'm not sure what happened with the chainsaw teleports. Oh, no. Well... I might be able to fish one of them out. The power-ups do disappear, so keep an eye on that. You will want to grab ammo, and some levels are actually reliant on you getting the pickups as rapidly as possible to avoid dying. I don't know if deactivating either of those did anything, but these big pistons in the background are moving now. So maybe it did something. The levels are interactable, so like for example when you flick switches, these big pistons in the background will turn on, or there'll be big wheels that start moving. Little attention to detail like that to make the world feel very much alive and like something that you're interacting with, rather than something that you're just like, you know, in the front of. Instead of feeling like a background, see like the pumps are moving right there. It's just like, it's cool. Like they did a good job with it. You know, the design of this game is really, really fantastic. Not just from like a game design sense, but from like a getting players immersed and making them want to play more. In the same way that like when you played Hotline Miami, you were a part of a unique world there that, you know, felt a little bit different. Like it was a world of like kind of a hitmen and assassins and stuff like that. And it was kind of hard to figure out, you know, what you were up to at any given moment. But at the same time, it was a world that had its own lore and things made sense inside that lore, even though you were tripped out. Those are innocent people that I'm murdering so that I can convert them into power-ups. Make no mistake about my debauchery. Oh, there's a secret right here. Ooh. Yay, I found a secret. I found the secret. Hooray for me, I have found the secret. Watched a documentary the other day about the guy that holds the World Nibbler Championship title. It was good. I like stuff like that. I really enjoyed the one. There was another one about the Donkey Kong world champion too, that I very much enjoyed, and I thought that it was a fantastic documentary. Really kind of emblematic of the way a documentary should be filmed in order to both entertain. Those guys are ninjas, by the way. They run at you and they try to stab you with swords. And then you shoot them with shotguns because stupid ninjas should realize that, oh, we can conflagrate that room. Hooray. I find the guys that fly to be a little bit more dangerous due to their mobility than a lot of the other characters, so I will eat a couple of hits in order to kill one of the flying guys before I do anything. I'm gonna bait this out. I feel like they are definitely gonna spawn something on me right here. Yeah, they are. So this is an extermination room. What happens in an extermination room should be pretty self-explanatory. Ooh, that guy's got a flamethrower. Big liability right there. Flamethrower guys can basically one-shot you if you get caught up and do something stupid around them, so be careful. These power-ups will disappear, I think. Maybe. I'm overshooting. There we go. Got his ass. Trying to get some more health in me real quick before we go any further into this exchange. Nope, not the shotgun. Ow, my face. And in an extermination room, your job is to kill everything that they spawn on you. And these rooms will get more interesting. So as you get further into the game, you'll have buzzsaws, you'll have spike walls, you'll have crushers and things like that. The enemies are affected by those in the same way that you're affected by them. And so in a lot of cases, you can clear an entire extermination room just by being very, very smart in the way that you utilize traps and the enemy AI to get rid of things that are coming after you. Once again, a sign that this game was designed with intent in mind. As you play a lot of games, I do this a lot. I play a lot of games on a weekly basis as a YouTuber that does impressions videos and new releases. And one of the things is you're very, very prone to just getting burned out because everything feels the same to you sometimes. It's just like, okay, well, I've seen this idea before, you know. And you get a little bit jaded. For example, this room has a flamethrower in it. We don't want to step in that flamethrower. That's a bad plan for us. That's an idea that's probably not going to end super well. You have the first spurts of flame to judge, when you're going to get hit. I do want some of these bullets, and unfortunately, I'm wasting a lot of ammo right now. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Ninja tried to get me right there, and then I fell into some fire. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think I can live with it. Trying to get rid of some of these little bastards over here so I can get back and claim the shotgun shells of glory. Oh, I saw that guy, too. I saw him lining up. Usually you get a couple of seconds of aim before you can do anything else. There are no checkpoints in this game. In case you were wondering, there are 0 checkpoints. You get one shot at completing the level, and if you mess that up, you mess that up. The levels are only like 4 minutes long anyway, so I guess the developers probably figured that why give you checkpoints, when you're going to go, oh, there was a secret there? Man, I would have liked to have gone after that secret. I didn't even think about it, though. I was so caught up in the moment of murdering things and trying to survive that it just didn't register to me. Down we go. Free bullets for every gun. I'm about to make a call right here. There we go. We wiped all of them out. That was fairly successful. Finish him off with a nice little foot stomp. Let him know how we feel about people that try to shoot us. But you learn when you do this a lot to identify games that seemingly have no intent. And what I mean by that is that a feature is just implemented so as to implement the feature. But there's no real design intent. You can tell that the person that implemented it doesn't know why they did that. They just know that they implemented it because all the other games of the genre or the type have it. Whereas in this game, you can feel things linking up in the way that you play the game. And as the challenge gets added and as things change around a little bit, you start to feel that from this game where it's like, oh, okay, so this mechanic is building on top of this mechanic. This mechanic is building on top of this mechanic. You know what I mean? And so as time goes along, it gets, a secret opened right there. Good. Now the question becomes, how do I get out of the secret? Oh, I dropped, oh. They're allowing me to bypass a fat chunk of the level. Okay. Yeah, I see that. I don't really want to get involved in that. Yeah, that was a foible on my part. I probably should have done better right there. Machine gun guy got me. On the plus side, we do have a lot of bullets and stuff now. And we're going to miss out on all that ammo, too, because we skipped that section. So it looks like there was one on each side with the drop through. Oh, I got to summon it with both the buttons. Okay. These guys have flamethrowers, from what I can tell. I don't like being inflamed if I can help it, so we'll light them up quickly. Missed out on a lot of ammo so far. Ooh, and I hope that's not one of the ones that sinks into the lava. They get dirty later on in the game. They start giving you platforms that sink into lava at the bottom of the elevator and stuff like that. They definitely start messing with you as you get further into the game. I can promise you that. And it turns into very much like Hotline Miami, where you learn your lesson. You're like, okay, you tricked me that time. But this time around, I know that you're going to try and pull that shenanigans, and so I'm ready for it, you know? This game makes you deeply suspicious of, like, everything you see. You're like, this stinks of Monster Closet, and I don't trust it. Ooh, shotgun shells. Yes, please. Very nice. Oh, yeah, they'll start spawning things on you in the elevators. Stuff like that. That's exactly what I mean, is they'll start putting crushers in. They'll start messing with you. Probably crushers over there, too. Yeah, that's what I figured. I don't know how I get in there. I don't even know if that's possible. Now we just got to duck some flames. And from the bottom right there, I'm pretty sure... No! Shit. After all that, you see what I mean? It takes one mistake. You get caught up staring at one enemy. Was there anybody over there? I think there was. It's very, very tempting in this game to go full auto a lot of the time. But I would be wary of that temptation because ammo is at a premium. Like, some levels, you are absolutely going to have trouble getting enough ammo to finish it off without having to melee or use the chainsaw, which nobody wants to melee and use the chainsaw. That's shenanigans. This is a game about gunplay. You know, who in their right mind wants to... So let's have a better look around this time. Oh, you know what? I bet it was up here. I bet it's one of those spots right there. And so you can only get one secret per run, maybe? Although one might assume... That secret came back, though. So... Like, I don't want to say that you're only meant to get, like, one of the two secrets per run, because I'm not totally convinced that that's the case. That was not what I wanted. You need to die, like, right now. You just ate a fat chunk of my health that I couldn't afford to lose. We got some big health pickups right there, but it'll be alright. Go ahead and light that up. Get those dudes out of the way. Yeah, it does look like maybe you gotta pick one side. Get some health back. This game does use a stacking health system, so you can overcharge your health, just in case you were wondering about that. Give me the shotgun here. We're going to point blank that dude to get him up and out of my way. We got ninjas, and I want them to be coming at me across straight planes. And that guy committed suicide by throwing his ass into the lava. That's cool. I don't mind it that much. Oof. That guy landed hits on me. Get out of there. And then we've got flamey stuff happening right here. I'm gonna get my assault rifle out. And now that I know, and as G.I. Joe taught us, knowing is half the battle, we'll make our way across there. And we're a little bit healed up. We're not in great shape, but we got enough ammo to fight our way through most problems. What I would suggest is that you always take the low road that provides you with cover if you can. It looks like we are going to have to fight our way through this. And there is not a lot of room to do so. So let me get all the armor and all the provisions. We'll snap that. And what I would do is I would hide anywhere that gives you overhead cover that you can duck behind to get away from gunfire. Like 100%, that's what I would recommend. And then for little guys like that right there, like the ninjas or whatever, don't let them bait you, because they're going to try. They're going to try and make you suffer for it, you know what I mean? Is that everybody? We kill everything off? I don't trust that. It looked like there was a buzzsaw up there. Alright, maybe it wasn't a ruse, but this game has made me deeply suspicious. So there's always a chance it might be a ruse. Oh, there's a gate right there. Never mind, we get sucked on in. Okay, cool. And we blew up the facility. That's it. Enjoy those pixel art explosions. I do think this game is nice. I like the artistic direction of the game quite a bit. I find myself fond of it. It reminds me of the games that I used to play that used to get on little shareware discs and stuff like that. Back in the old days, back in the 90s, you would get those discs at the supermarket where it'd be like $4 for 1,000 games or something like that, and they'd have like 12 CDs inside of there. And then you take them all home and you would try out like the first episode of, a bunch of different... It was essentially the shareware versions of all the games. You know, you get Doom and Rise of the Triad and Wolfenstein and all that kind of stuff on top of a bunch of games you had never heard of before that were developed by, you know, some random guy. Basically, that was like the front end of the indie genre. I mean, I think that was the precursor to it anyways. They were trying to distribute without producers or anything like that. It just didn't work out so great. Our health is overcharged, which is good because we just caught a bullet to the dome, so you can't always win them. Let's keep an eye out here for secret spots. Stop. You're making too much of a racket, man. Just accept your death. There it is. I was going to say there's a secret wall right there that you got to be rubbing up against like it's your best friend. Like you've got amorous intent you got to be up against. Oh, no. And there ain't no cover around here either. I would suggest, actually, I know you can aim in this game, but in the interest of making the game easier on yourself the first time through, it might be wise to only shoot when you're on the same level surface as an enemy. So that's going to open. We'll get rid of him. That guy's now been greased. I don't know if I can get him from right there, so I may need to get him from that spot. It's all good, though, because that provides me with more opportunities to get ammo. Oh, extermination room. Hooray. Okay, well, in an extermination room like this, my intent is normally to either take solid command of the top or solid command of the bottom and fight in one direction. You just don't want to be surrounded while you fight in here, is the big thing. And so if you can kill them off that way, that's what I'd recommend. Oh, good, we got power-ups coming in. We got more than enough assault rifle ammo to keep us stacked up for a little bit. The flames that they disperse, the jetpack guys, when they shoot flames like that, I just wanted to let you know it does hurt you. In case you were wondering about the way that interacts with the game. This guy's got a flamethrower. We got him backed up against the wall, though. We might be able to get him while he's stunned. I'm going to go back for bullets real fast because we need them. Yeah. Bullet supply is looking somewhat dubious right now. Man, I ate that shotgun blast to the head. I should have jumped in. I do need that ammo, though. Oof, it's getting tense. It's getting real tense. Jetpack guy, go away. Did you see how the jetpack guy burned the guy that was up to the left of me to death when he exploded? Cool stuff, man. I love interacting things like that. Now I just gotta hope that these two jackasses down here... I don't like the prospects of what they're proposing down here. There we go. That seemed like the safest way to do it. Oh, he dropped armor. I didn't know that those could drop armor. I learned a new thing today. It's just the little stuff, like the lingering flames after you kill a flamethrower guy, like the flames that stay on the ground. Stuff like that. It's just really cool to see inside the confines of the game. Oh, he tried to get me with ninjas. Tried to get me with ninjas. See, that's dirty. It's shady right there. This game will try. But yeah, my name is Splattercat. This is Weekly Indie Newcomer. The game we're taking a look at today is Butcher. If you wanted to get the game for yourself, obviously I will have a Steam link for you down below. This is a game that I felt a particular fondness for. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I was like, obviously, this has to be on the channel. If I don't put this on the channel, I've made a huge and massive mistake. And so anyways, I hope you liked it. I hope you'll check the game out. You should always support developers that make cool titles like this because, you know, if ain't nobody playing it, they quit and they go back and they get another job and they stop making games. And it's sad to see, like, developers with really cool, unique ideas get flushed out of the industry over and over again. And I promise you, I see that shit every single day as a guy that tries to, anyways, do exposés on indie games and stuff like that. I try real hard, but there's a limit to my influence, you know what I mean? Oh my god, there are so many ninjas and things that want to kill me in here. Alright, well, they're down. I will see you all in the next episode of Weekly Indie Newcomer. I hope you enjoyed what I put forth. As I said previously, Weekly Indie Newcomer should be becoming more frequent. I'm going to start doing a review series too, I think, for games that come out of early access and then end up in their 1.0 iteration. And then LPs might be taking a backstage for a little bit on the channel. Like, I'm still going to have them. Like, there will still always be, like, 1 or 2 series running at a time. But I'm thinking it's time to try something a little bit different on the channel. And obviously, I think in accordance with that, if I end up having a bunch of extra time, too, I may end up doing some more. Oh, my God, they almost got me right there. I may end up doing some more streaming, too. You know, just to even it out as well. So I will see you all later. Thanks for stopping on in. Check out Butcher. Bye, everybody.